Alright guys, Car Guy 11 at Corvettes at Carlisle. Very excited to see the C8 in person for the first time. This is that ceramic color. It's like a off-white, very light gray. Pretty cool. Silver wheels. Probably not my spec that I would do. So these Silver Spectre wheels are actually very polished, almost chrome-like. So I think that's where you're getting your chrome if you want them on the C8. You have to get the high-polished silver Trident wheels. But the front does look a little better in person. It's more aggressive. Now this one does not have the spoiler underneath, and this may not be a Z51 car. And here we have a silver Z51 car, and you can see the vane in the front here and lower splitter. Pretty aggressive up front. Actually, it does look a little better in person to me than in the photos as far as the front end. We didn't get to the back yet, so we'll see how that looks. Silver, of course, not my pick as far as colors, but it's good to see the lines. I like the sculpting on the hood. I like the carbon flash badges they kept with from the C7. Let's look at the brakes and tires. Since this is Z51, you do get the Michelin Pilot 4S tires and Z51 larger calipers. Of course, no slots in the rotors anymore, and I believe that's because there's less weight up front. So they didn't need that on the C8. C8 does finally offer blind spot monitoring in the mirrors. You can see with the door closed, the door handle is actually underneath, and it's that rubber grip. You just press, it's electronic and opens. And you can see the air vents for coolers behind the doors. Alright, let's get into this silver car. It has the gray with black, and I love the blue seatbelt option. This is actually the controversial part of the car for me. I didn't like this passenger side, how tight it is. It is bad, but it's not horrible, I guess, especially if you're sitting far back. If you're sitting up close, it is a little tight. So, but it is nicely finished. This is leather. I'm sure this is a 3LT. Air vents up front, and then you got your glove box, which is on the small side. Some door pockets are pretty shallow here. You got your window switches, nice Bose surround system finished in metal aluminum here. The headliner is similar to C7 as far as that black material. And I can move the seat pretty low. The roof is off on this car, so I can't tell you about headroom. But yeah, not bad. Again, it's a little bit high right here for a passenger, but seats feel pretty good. But they are kind of hard. Now these are the GT2 seats. It looks like since they are leather. And here we have the engine bay. It looks a lot better, that engine cover, although I think you might want to get that engine dress-up kit, which has that carbon fiber to cover these pieces and the exhaust heat shielding, which doesn't look the best right there. That rear window does not open, unfortunately. The LT2 uses the 0W40 engine oil that they debuted on the 2019 C7, so that is good for track and road use. Now this vehicle has that engine dress-up kit with those LED lights, which is pretty cool, and it covers up those supports, which I do now see that it looks much better with it. That's an option that I would probably go for. Looks much better, covers those exhaust manifolds. But this is where you'll be able to store the roof as well in the rear trunk area. Now obviously you're not going to be able to store much with that roof panel in the rear, so if you're traveling, you're pretty much locked into keeping that roof on. The screws remind me of the C7 hatch, same construction, and it has a composite body panels back here. The back hatch is actually pretty light to open and close. It has those massive supports, so not too bad. Though it is a humongously large panel. We're gonna close this here for a second, and it does have the soft close just like the C7. And you'll see on the back here that rear view camera, which is pretty neat. I like to see how that looks inside. And then you have vents here for cooling. The hot air escapes, although I'm not sure how well that'll do when you're washing your Corvette. If the water will get in there because it's right open to the engine bay. So that might be a nightmare, actually. This is also open to let hot air out. Rain should be okay because you're at speed usually and it will come off. But washing a car might be an issue. But let's look at the rear end here. And this is a controversial part of the car. It looks actually to me better in person for sure. I'm still not a huge fan of the side exhaust. Although, again, everything does look a little better in person here. I don't love the square tips, and I don't know. They could have done round there for sure. I think that would have looked better. And I don't really like this large air vent here. Now, you can get that in body color to kind of lessen that, or, of course, if you pick a dark exterior color. The lights look pretty cool. I guess they're different enough from Camaro. This is the base car without the wing, so it does look pretty clean. Huge Stingray right here on the hood. Now, of course, this has the chrome badge and Corvette logo. It is pretty clean, but maybe a little plain without the wing on the base car. It does maintain a button underneath to open that rear hatch. Here's a view of the rear trunk without the roof in it. You can see, again, it's not super deep. It's definitely smaller than C7. You're going to have to stack some stuff on top of each other. I don't know. I almost rather have them eliminate that so the car itself was smaller. If the car ended here, the whole car itself would be much smaller. It is a large car. Definitely larger than the C7. Alright, let me show you guys the front storage with the front trunk open. And it is pretty deep, but it is small. Very small. Has some luggage nets there, but I guess you could fit a roller bag standing up, but maybe some groceries, but it is rather small. And you got some service items here, your brake fluid and washer fluid. This piece is not carbon fiber, it is the composite material. Fuel fillers capless still. A little bit of a smaller lid. One thing, the quarter panel, this is not a window. This is actually just a filler piece. It looks like a window, but it isn't. Alright, we're going to get in this black one here. Unfortunately, there's no power, so you cannot see the screen. Anyway, the screens look much larger, nice. This huge touchscreen here. Gear shift, there's push buttons. Pull up for reverse. No. Pull this up for reverse, pull this up for drive, neutral, manual. Paddle shifters feel good. They are metal now.
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Has the Z button. Unfortunately, I can't adjust the seats either, but view out is good. The hood is definitely lower. You don't see the curves of the body like you do in a C7, which is a kind of miss that, but you do see the edge of the front fender there. So not too bad. The buttons, they don't really bother me over here. I think it's worse for the passenger side. Cup holders are much deeper, and I have a water bottle here. Yep, that will definitely be better than the current design. Center console here, it's a little bit deeper than the C7. You got your wireless charging there where your phone can fit, and of course your Bose stereo. View out back isn't too bad. I don't think it's much worse than C7. And you're going to have the rearview mirror is going to be electronic with the camera, so that'll be neat. Steering wheel is odd shape, flat bottom top and bottom, but actually it probably works with it. We'll have to see driving it when you're making turns. Hopefully you don't have to steer this wheel too much. Air vents here on the side, the Bose stereo, speaker, window switches, mirrors. You still got your button to release the door, electronic, like I said, but this, unfortunately, the battery's dead, so I'm going to have to use emergency release. Down here, you have your electronic parking brake, and you have your dimmer control. I am not sure. This is a 1LT car, I could tell from these seats, and they are comfortable, and they do hold you in, even the 1LT. I hope I get to sit in the GT2 seat and the competition seat. Your favorites are on the wheel, volume up and down. Overall, pretty nice. I think it's definitely futuristic and new. Still have a volume knob here, although it's pretty cheap feeling. Home button. And then you got your controller here that is a rotary dial underneath, and then you have traction control buttons in front of it, and also the lift and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, that is the driver's side cockpit of a C8.
So tell me, guys, what you think of the walk around of the C8 in the comments below. Definitely stay tuned for more C8 videos, including details on the cutaway car and other colors and options of the C8. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.